In today's episode, we are talking all about having your best body. What does that mean? What can you do? How can we take care of ourselves more? So, I have an amazing guest today, Miss Cam Watson. She is a holistic wellness strategy, a licensed massage therapist, and a chronic pain recovery specialist, and the founder of the Healing Balm Wholeness and Wellness. Is it a center or spa or
It's like a
both?
boutique spa.
Okay, well, let me
Yeah.
say it again. And she is the founder of the Healing Balm Holistic and Wellness Boutique Spa. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
Oh my God, I
me.
am so excited. I want to get straight to it. I don't want time to run out on us. We are so busy. Life is so busy.
hmm
We are so busy parenting and friending and working and employing and all that stuff. And we just don't take the time to give us what we need.
Absolutely.
So I want you to tell the audience, what is holistic body care? How is it different from just getting a massage, and why do we need it?
That's so layered. But the difference that I like to highlight mostly for clients and those when I am educating is that it's like going in for an oil change, right? And you're just going in to get the oil change and not the diagnostic of your car, right?
Yes.
Which is takes a little bit more time. So, yeah, massage therapist establishment, we already know them, I'm not going to name them, but you go in there and they're able to treat you for the moment.
Yes.
And you feel good because touch is powerful, but they're not able to assess the needs that you have because everyone's body is different. Everyone's body tells a story of how they use it. And so it's essential to find you a therapist, a massage therapist that knows your specific body, knows how you use your body so that they can come up with a treatment plan to help you care for your body.
Amen. I love that. I love that. So I guess we should stick with our same massage therapist, like our primary care physician.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love that. So sticking with you, you are not just caring for the moment.
Right.
You are giving us a lifetime of care. I love
Yes.
it. So as you tell us about it, and I think that's a great analogy, you have to take the car in to get the oil change or it's going to stop working.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times in our bodies, we will say we go to the gym or we try to eat right or we're going to walk. um what are some of the benefits of getting this lifelong care, holistic
hmm
care?
It allows you to function more optimally. Dr. Edwards, I always tell people all the time, it's one thing to, go to the gym, right?
Mhm.
It's another thing to go to the gym, to eat right, to get the proper hydration. All of that is going to help you function. Just going to the gym alone is not going to get you to the place that you want. So having someone that knows your body specifically, it allows for you to function better, show up better, think clearer, even have the mobility that you need to do the things that you have to do, whether it's take care of kids, whether it is to be the CEO of a company,
Mhm.
however your lifestyle is, having someone and having that regimen on a consistent basis, adding a massage therapist to that will help you show up how you should in a more optimal way.
I love that. So how often should we, when I first moved to Miami, I always loved Miami Spa Month. I would check out
hmm
everybody and see what was going on. And it was nice because you could get to some of the ritzier places for
hmm
not a high price. But how often would I, if we want to stay optimal, what would
hmm
you recommend for the frequency
hmm
of getting a massage?
Well, it truly depends on that person's lifestyle. I think as my matter of course overall is bare minimum, you should be getting a massage at least once a month. That is, even if if you have a desk job and that's what you do all day, and you don't have anything else outside of you going to work, the commute to work
Oof.
is what you need the recovery from. The sitting down in traffic for an hour, the sitting at your desk, your posture, your neck, all of the things you need recovery from. So at least bare minimum, you should get a full body massage once a month.
I know people
with stretch recovery as well, because y'all, the bones need to be stretched too to help you be able to function better.
And I agree exactly what you said. When I was a professor for many years, I stayed at the computer and I would just have the hardest shoulders and neck and everything. And I invested in that. I invested in like a massage program where I eventually had to go like every other week. It was that bad.
Yes.
The stress of grades, the stress of students not agreeing with the grades, the stress of sitting at the desk. And then a lot of times you don't get up. You don't get up until you have to eat or go to the restroom.
Right.
So you like this.
Yeah, and you're just like a busy bee. I gotta get in. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Get it in, and then your shoulders are all tightened and knotted up. So I know there are different types of massage. So can you just enlighten us on a few different types and who are they best for?
So for those, let's say, are in the office, all day, that's what they do. Getting a bare minimum 60-minute massage, that is going to help alleviate that neck tension. A lot of people have mid-back pain. That's where we hold a lot of our stress in our mid-back and just want the mid-back. But can't massage the mid-back without massaging the sides of the neck, which is your levator scapula, because it's all connected. So just getting a 60-minute massage and just having that be the focus. I think sometimes when you don't have a massage therapist that is specifically your personal massage therapist, they're treating your whole body. And not necessarily you need that. You may not need your legs that day. That day, you might need that focus, that care to be essentially for that upper body to do the muscle scraping. So that's cross fiber fiction. That's going to help alleviate that tension that's causing those impingements of the nerve. So for someone that has a desk job, bare minimum 60-minute massage where your area of focus is your upper neck and shoulders and mid and back. And then do stretching on your hips because you're sitting, right? And we neglect that. We neglect stretching. And I just, as a massage therapist, I'm like, you can't do one without the other. You can't. And so, 60-minute bare minimum.
Yeah, we try it. But okay, so what about the stones? I've had like the bamboo. Going up and down. So what are those? Is that just for relaxation?
And it's for both. I see those as enhancements. They're not necessary, but they elevate your massage even more, right? And so having those hot stones, if you get a 60-minute massage and you add your hot stones, that's going to help those stones to really work quicker. So it's going to help open up those muscles. It's going to use that heat to soften. So when your massage therapist is going to go back into that area, your body's ready to receive that treatment. Because if you have chronic pain, right, your muscles are tense. You ever try to cut into cold chicken? You've already cooked the chicken, you put it in the refrigerator. The way that it's like dehydrated, the way that chicken is, that's the way our muscles are. And so you can't go into it cold. You have to warm up the body. And so hot stones help warms up the body. You can also add Himalayan salt stones. That does a whole different component that brings that salt and takes out that inflammation that's in the body. So all of those things are just enhancements that upgrade your massage, but the base is having that massage and a massage therapist that absolutely knows the anatomy and knows the different modalities needed for that moment.
So since you touched on that, we always have behind the scenes talk. I want to get to a point where I can record that and we can post that somewhere. But we talked about people just having the required education, the required licensing. I didn't even have this on my questions, but we're going to touch on it. What is the bare minimum you need to have before you should be able to massage someone's body?
A license. a license. You need an active license. It's not just a one-time thing. You have to maintain that license. So you have to make sure that you are taking your continued education, okay, every 2 years to hold that license so that you can be up to date on the different types of technologies that are coming out, the different types of pain levels and modalities and treatments and all of the things so you can stay up to date. But yes, before you can ever financially charge someone for a massage service, you must be licensed in the state that you are performing that service in.
Yes. Okay. So you can't run from Miami and then say, I'm going to Atlanta to be a massage therapist. Your license has to be in Georgia if you're going to practice in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to, under the guise of I am doing massage therapy, if you're going to do massage therapy, you have to be licensed in that state to do that massage therapy. If you're going to do stretch therapy, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
But if you're going to do massage and say, I'm massaging in Atlanta and you're licensed in Florida, don't do that.
And we can find out.
Right.
With all this technology,
right.
we can find out. And sadly, I have been to some places where I went in and I'm like, I don't think they know what they're doing too much, moving you in different positions and doing things that you probably should not be doing.
Father.
I think I'm going to start checking.
Yes.
Yes.
And asking, I think that it is important for the consumer to know and do their due diligence on what am I going in here for?
Exactly.
Understanding, I booked a massage session. What is the goal? I always ask my clients, what is your expectation and your goal for this treatment session? Oh, I have this radiating pain and it's been bothering me. Okay, so my focus is going to be on this area to help alleviate that. So I'm going to do more muscle recovery for that pain so that I can gain mobility, because that's what you need.
Yeah.
Because if I just rub the area, it's going to feel nice for 30 minutes and it's going to tighten right back up. So yeah.
So is massage therapy different from just getting a massage?
So it's one of those two. It's like you have your massage therapist and then you have the clinical massage therapist, the one that does more, it couples physical therapy and massage therapy together. And so what makes the difference is the schooling, honestly, because you can get your license and have your massage therapy license and only strictly do Swedish.
Okay.
Swedish is slow
that make you feel good.
touch that makes you feel nice. That's it. It's not muscle recovery. It's not clinical therapy. It's not any of that. I'm clinical. I keep soap notes. I keep a track record of what I'm doing on each client at all times. And there's nothing wrong with your Swedish massage therapist, but you have to know what your goal is and what you desire for that session when you're going in.
I love that, because a lot of times I do have areas, and I'm glad I articulate when I go in, okay, these are the areas, because like you said, I may not always need my leg or my arm or something like that, but I need a half an hour on my back, my neck, my shoulders.
Right.
So I like that before you go in. No, if you just want to feel good for half an hour, there's nothing wrong with that. Because that does relieve stress.
Exactly.
Too.
Yes.
But then you need to know when you're trying to recover from something and you have stress or you have issues in specific areas.
Yes.
Okay, tell me, what are those knots that you all rub out? Like, I'm like, oh, I have a knot right here. And you gotta rub it out. What is that? Are those muscle knots?
Those are trigger points. So all throughout the body, you have trigger points. And based on, again, what you do every day, those trigger points can get constricted. And it restricts your mobility. You ever just felt like that aching pain in between your shoulder blades?
Yes.
There is some tension there. So it's kind of like that fascia, which is that there's different levels to that. But just for the sake of this conversation, there's your skin exterior,
Mhm.
and then you have the fascia underneath the skin. Then you have your muscle, and then you have the deep fascia.
Yes.
And so that deep fascia is restricted. So it's impinging on the nerve that runs in between the fascia and the muscle.
Wow.
And so what you're feeling is that tightness, that nerve is being impinged, and that muscle is now restricted. It's kind of like when you have on a tight sweater.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do, what the therapist must do now is the root is taming the inflammation. It's not to go in deep tissue,
Right.
because
right.
now I'm just going to make it worse.
I had one of them too.
And deep tissue, it's so effective. You just have to find a therapist that knows how to administer it.
Right.
And so you loosen the muscle, and then now that you're not tense anymore, because the body's like, I don't know what's happening. I don't trust you yet, because they don't, you don't know them yet.
Right.
You introduce your touch, calm the body, and then work on alleviating that
I
trigger
love
point.
that. So I'm glad you talked about deep tissue. I've had one before, and I'm like, I feel worse.
Yeah.
So
yes.
when is deep tissue massage a great choice?
Deep tissue massage is a great choice for those that have a chronic issue. You have had this issue, this impinging it's going on 3 weeks now. Now it's not acute anymore. It is absolutely chronic. That is the time that you should think about, okay, I may need to do a little deep tissue, a little cupping therapy, something a little more than just touching that surface and that first fascia level. You need that deep fascia to be released. And so that would be the time to do it. But it's asking your therapist first, do you specialize in deep tissue massage? Because not everybody does.
I was going to say that, because they'll try to do it, and it's like, that is not your thing.
Right.
That is not what you've been trained in. But a lot of times they don't want to lose the client.
So they'll do it,
right,
but they don't know what they're doing. And firm pressure doesn't make the massage deep tissue. It's the intentional applied pressure that does.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, you touched on cupping. What is cupping? I've had cupping too. People don't like it. It looks ugly.
I know.
It looks ugly. But if it's effective.
It's so effective.
It's so effective. So can you explain to our audience what's cupping?
Cupping therapy is just taking that tension area, and you are pinching it. It's like a pin and stretch. You're pinning it there, and then you don't just cup it. Now you do stretch movements to help release it. So when we go back to that knot, right?
Okay.
You put that cup in that area, that is going to pin that tension there. And then stretching is going to help now loosen and open up that tight knot that you have. And it's super effective. If it's more purple than not, that means that area has been restricted for a very long time. And because that blood is just stuck in that one spot and it can't move. So that's where you see a lot of that redness, that it looks like bruising. It's not bruising.
It's not bruising.
It's not.
Right.
But it is an indicator that, okay, there's some restrictions here. If you don't have any bruising, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have any restrictions. It might mean that you just need a little bit, more mobility in there. But the darker the purple, the more, hey, this area has not had that movement and it has hit that chronic space, and you need to do that home care outside of your session.
Yes.
Continue that stretching at home.
Yeah. So if someone I know people that have never, I remember when my mom was still living, I would give her gift certificates to go get massage therapy. It just seems like as the generations change, we see the value in other forms of therapy. So what would you tell someone that has never had massage as therapy?
If you've never had a massage before, I would always suggest starting with a 45-minute session.
Okay.
If you've never had one,
full body,
start with one area.
Okay.
Experience, and I will always do neck and upper and mid back. You get to feel the effects of that recovery and that treatment instantly when you get up. And that will help you determine. Now, it's also doing your research on that therapist, whoever you choose, because not everyone's touch, your body will receive it.
Right.
You have some therapists that are very aggressive in their touch. It's trial and error. Sometimes it can be, but I think the consumer, the best thing that you want to do is research your therapist.
Okay.
Look at their work. If they don't have no work to show, you probably shouldn't be going there.
Right. They should have some kind of resume.
They should have some kind of resume somewhere of what they do, and then ask them what they specialize in, and then let the conversation flow from there. And then as you are getting your massage, I really want people, and I always tell my customers and my clients, I let them know, hey, if something feels uncomfortable, you can say that.
Yes.
Being able to say, hey, I don't like that. Hey, it's too much pressure. Hey, can you release that pressure? When you do that and you get a good flow, now your therapist knows exactly how to treat you based on your response. And that's how you end up catering it and customizing it to you as an individual.
And one thing I would just add for our audience is tell the truth.
Oh, yeah. If you don't like it, say I don't like it. And don't be afraid to get up off that table.
Yes. Don't suffer in silence.
Yes.
Don't lay there or don't pay for a treatment that you did not enjoy,
No.
that it was painful. And if you have pre-existing conditions, please tell the truth.
Please tell the truth. Tell your therapist.
Tell the therapist.
If you are on blood thinners, tell your therapist, because they shouldn't be giving you no deep tissue massage.
Right.
If you are on blood thinners.
Right.
Okay. You got to know. That's why you have to make sure you're asking the right questions and you're providing the information. If you've been sick at any point, if you have conditions, if you have a pacer, let your therapist know what's going on so that they're better informed on how to administer the treatment for your session.
I agree 100%. Do you think as our bodies change, or do you know, or tell me, as our bodies change, are there things that we should do differently?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just as you come into this world and you're on milk, and then that changes because that doesn't have the capacity to sustain you. It's the same thing with massage therapy. As you age, your body requires different things. Your body may require more mobility treatment, more flexibility, more things where you are getting more fluid into those joints, as opposed to just, doing one massage in one way all the time, So our bodies will tell us, hey, it needs this today. And I find that with my clients, I'll do a whole body scan. So I'm flowing through the body to check to see what is needed for this person today. And it changes. And
I was going to say too, that's a big difference for me in determining who I'm going to stick with, because I'm laying on the table, you can feel energy, you can feel knots, you can feel tightness. And I want somebody to tell me the truth.
Yes.
If I need more mobility, if I need to move, if my hips are tight, and those hip joints help you get up out these chairs, go up and down stairs, lift things. I think we need to tell the truth on both sides. And I want the scanner.
Yeah.
I want the person that's scanning. I want the person that did the education. I even want the person that has the spiritual connection, so that where there are areas.
Yes,
that
absolutely. That needs some help, because, it is even more beneficial when you have a therapist that knows your body.
Right.
We're massage therapists. We're not doctors. It's out of scope of practice for us to do adjustments, right? For us to diagnose. We don't have the capability to do that. But if I've been working with this person and I am noticing that there is a sunspot or something on their body that wasn't always there, hey, this area right here, it wasn't always there. You may want to get with your primary care doctor and just check on that. Just do a checkup. If you notice that their eyes are a little more yellow, hey, as a massage therapist, we have to take the Hippocratic Oath. We do. We have to take the oath to do no harm. That is in our license. That is in our studying. And so because we have to do the duty of and perform the duty and accepting of doing no harm, it is our job as massage therapists to inform our clients, like, hey, by the way, just it's something that you may want to check. Just check. I don't know. I'm not here to diagnose you, but check. Book the appointment with your primary and see what they say.
Right. Because I had a friend who had a spot. She had a therapist who knew her body, and she touched certain areas. She was like, it's really hot there.
Yeah.
Maybe go check that out. And come to find out she had cancer in that area. And so, as you're saying, you're giving recommendations. No, you're not diagnosing, but you know the difference between what was there yesterday and what's there today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I love it. I love it. So, in your opinion, what part of our bodies do we neglect the most?
Oh, my goodness. We neglect, I wouldn't say the part of your body, if there's a specific part, but we neglect the signs that your body is requiring a little more care. We neglect the subtle knee pain and just say, oh, my family, our right knee, everybody in our family got right knee pain. That's on my grandmama's side. Or, the tightening of our jaws when we're stressed and we tighten our jaw, which can cause that tension and start, headaches and all of those different things. We'll ignore headaches and think, oh, I'll just take a Tylenol. Tylenol, all these synthetic drugs were never meant to be the end-all, be-all solution. Right. So ignoring the subtleness of our bodies and not paying attention to when your body is telling you, hey, I need a little help.
I agree. And I'm just going to say, as Black women, we are often taught. Now, I don't know in your generation, but in my generation, it's like you keep going.
Oh, yeah.
You put a little Band-Aid and you don't complain and you keep
Get a licking and keep on ticking.
Keep it ticking, keep it moving. And I'm glad to see that now we're talking about it. Like you said, you're driving and you're clenching your teeth. And just the stress of it all. We now have studies that show how just the stress of going back and forth to work takes 10 years off your life, 20 years off your life. So so you talked about the jaw, you talked about the tension in the neck and the knees. Oh my God. If I heard somebody else say, it's just a little arthritis, like you don't even know if it's arthritis. Sometimes it's not even arthritis, it's something else.
It's something else.
So what other signs are we missing?
We're missing the tightness in our chest. And I think a lot of that comes with just holding things in. We miss those moments. That is an indication when someone's shoulders are like towards their ears and they're like this, like, hey, oh no, I just need relaxation. I don't have any concerns.
Yes, first,
bring those shoulders down. And so we ignore that. We ignore those subtle details, even in our skin, acne that shows up, in this jawline area. That's an indication that your hormone levels are a little imbalanced. And so it could be a cause of stress. Your cortisol levels are high. So that's another indication that you may need a reset, a nervous system reset.
I even put that. I put that in the description about the reset, and I'm even telling my son that, like, God did not make us, like you said, to take this synthetic stuff. If something is going on, like, I'll talk. Look, what are you eating? What are you putting in? That's body. What's coming out. Yeah. What kind of sugars? What kind of junk? Are you drinking sodas? And a lot of times we don't want to hear the truth.
That's right.
It's like it's something we're doing or something we're not saying or something that happened we don't want to talk about.
Right.
It shows up.
It shows up.
It shows up somewhere. Like you say, yellow eyes.
Yeah, we can hide, but our bodies can't.
Our bodies don't lie. I love it. So I want you to give us a few tips that we can do to relieve some of the stress and tension in our bodies.
Absolutely. If you have a desk job and, you're there 8 hours a day, pause for a moment, do some neck rotations, stretching out your hands from typing all day. You can do that, doing some circular movements. You can even warm your body up to get ready for your day. Even this alone, 10 minutes you'll start to feel warmness up your arm And it's like, okay, now you got the body flowing. That blood is flowing. It's allowing for your mind to get that clarity instead of moving from one thing to the next, one thing to the next, one thing to the next. And you're in automation. You want to calm your body, breathe, and prepare it to function. You know what I'm saying? And so you can do those things, stretching, putting one foot over the other, stretching out that hamstring, because that tightness, you know what I'm saying? Little things like that. You don't have to have a huge massage room. You don't have to carry a therapist with you all day, if you want to. Hey, I'm just saying, call me. But you can do little things in your break room, in a conference room, at your desk to help alleviate that pain. And then always pulling those shoulders back. If you notice, okay, if you've been sitting in this position for like 45 minutes, pull those shoulders back. Take a moment to just breathe.
I love it. I'm always telling one thing I always tell people that I counsel that have different issues and stuff. We all have to breathe. And if you realize that you're holding your breath a lot.
Yeah, we don't breathe properly.
We're not taking in the air. Air is cleansing. You need to take in the good air,
deep
and get
breaths.
it out, deep breath, and then breathe it out. And so even in my car, and I'm telling people, even in the car, when you're at the red light, breathe, slow down. No, you see them on the phone. And all the notifications, and that's more stress. So it's like you have to breathe, and you can't control that stuff anyway.
You can't.
So you have to breathe.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I'm going to be doing those little things.
Yes, do them.
Okay, so I'm going to say, we're going to play a little game. Okay. It's just one quick question, because as people that specialize in helping people live better lives, my question to you is, if your body could talk today, what would it ask you to change?
If my body could talk today, what would it ask me to change? It would tell me to be a little more consistent with your own recovery. Because you cannot pour from an empty vessel.
Amen. So I would say, and I'm gonna do it myself too. So if my body could talk today, my body would say, sit down.
I'm gonna tell my body that too. Sit down.
It's a sit down and just stop it.
Yeah.
Because when you are gifted and you have multiple gifts, and people see those gifts and they want those gifts, and I want you to be my friend and help me and support me. And you have you're running businesses, you have children, you're doing other things, and you want to be helpful, but God works in seasons, and especially when you have multiple gifts, you can't do everything.
You can't do everything.
You can't be everywhere. And so no is a complete sentence.
It absolutely is.
So say no and slow down, and you matter. You have to tell yourself, I matter too. So let me slow down and stop. And so that's what my body would say, stop.
Stop.
Just stop.
That's it.
And maybe I'll just sit. When I stop, I'm going to do what you saw.
And pour into yourself. Even Jesus, in all of his building, his entire ministry, he took moments to stow away, to go and go be with his Father. So
yes, he did. So I love that. And so Get Your Life is all about sharing your life. And I'm so happy that you did that. But now I need to let you talk about your business. Where are the locations? What services can people get? And then tell people how to find you.
Absolutely. Well, again, my name is Kim Watson. I'm a holistic wellness strategist, licensed massage therapist. You guys can find me at one of our 4 different locations.
I love it.
We are in Miami Gardens at 1818 Northwest 183rd Street in the beautiful Paws and Claws Nail Lab with the owner, Zaporia Thompson Morris. She's amazing, does amazing pedicures, manicures. She's great at what she does. And you can also find us at our Dadeland location right in Greenery Mall in Kendall. You can find us in Coral Gables off of 3081 South Zito Street. And you can find us down south in the Tamiami Airport location. That is our beautiful, I love that. I call that my THB recovery room. That's my baby. We are in the Nurture Longevity Clinic. There are other estheticians in there. It's a whole wellness clinic. Come and do your whole entire recovery at that location.
Awesome.
And the services we offer: stretch therapy, massage therapy, body sculpting, lymphatic drainage, and just a whole nervous system reset.
I love that. I need some of those services myself, so I will make sure that I head down to one of those
Yes.
locations. Tell us what's your social media or website.
Absolutely. Our website is www.thb, as in boy, wellness.com. You can follow us on Instagram at thehealingbomb_Cam. You can follow us on Facebook at Cam Watson and on TikTok at The Healing Bomb.
I love it. So this has been Get Your Life with Cam Watson. We want to live our best life and we want to have the best bodies that we can. So I want you to get this podcast on all the podcast platforms, and you can watch the replay on YouTube at Dr. Carolyn Edwards. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, the best thing you can be is your best God self. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share this with a friend. See you next time.